You're an asshole, you know
just
that?
Come on. Just go. Cool out a little bit. We'll just finish. We'll finish up.
I get scared.
Do you feel ill towards any of the other members?
Like sick? Or, I
No,
don't
like,
even think about them. This is the first time I've thought about them in 5 years.
I was wondering if you have any bad feelings towards the other members of the High Fives.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Not so much Sean. Sean was always pretty cool. He's mostly he's kind of like I don't know, like, you know, your retarded little brother. You know, he kind of was harmless, but Keith, yeah, I had a big problem with Keith.
Hey, do you want to divulge in that one, or are you just gonna let it hang?
They used to make fun of me a lot.
They're people. You know, I generally don't like people as a rule, but I mean, I don't hold anything against them because they're people.
It's probably one of the reasons why we're not together anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're people. What do I care? You know, I entertain them, and then they can go away.
With a sweet little high five.
What were the early days of the High Fives like?
Well, the early days of the band.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't in the High Fives all. I mean, my brother Damien was in the High Fives, and I took over for him when he died.
What were? Do you have any memories of the early days of the High Fives?
Yeah.
Would you care to indulge us?
Well, I came up with the idea. I recruited my friend Sean, friend using the term loosely. I got the guy, I taught him how to play. I made him basically like a robot of what I wanted. I got a guy who had a car and drive us around. I taught him how to play guitar, and I told them all what to do, and then they did it.
I was pretty much friends with Keith, and he had some drums, and he said, "You're gonna play the drums." And I didn't really have any musical background other than listening to Hawkwind.
So,
The early days were cool. I mean, I was around, you know. Sure, I was, you know.
Well, tell me about Damien.
Damien was great. He was like he was pretty much like the soul of the band. I mean, he was and Keith was more of the leader.
Could you tell me about Damien?
Well, taught him how to play guitar, played the songs. He died. We got his brother. I mean, like I said, I don't really think that much about him, so I don't really care.
Right?
How did Jimmy join?
Oh, getting great timing on that one. Keith, go ahead and answer that.
You know, this is what you do. You basically, you know, I'm trying to, you know, make this nice and smooth, and you just jump all over everything.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to answer the questions. I mean, I'm just sitting here.
Well, you're answering.
Apparently, I'm just being an asshole.
He was.
You're answering questions.
Let me say this.
He asked
Well,
the
after
question,
Damien
I
died,
answered it.
really there was no other choice but Jim, because
It was at the funeral.
these
okay?
two were pretty close at the time.
Is it because I was
And
better at guitar than
You
you?
know, basically what it was is like Damien, you know, in memory to him, he would want the thing to go on, and we
You
need
don't
him.
know. You didn't know him.
Yeah, kind of a sad story. Damien actually died. He just kind of died.
Did he
Not
explode?
sure there was. No, he didn't explode.
Because I know that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
you know,
I
guys
mean-
explode.
I don't know. kind of exploded in a kind of a metaphorical sense.
Tell me about Damien.
Well, he was this kid that we knew.
He was my brother.
Yeah, he was his
Yeah,
brother.
he was Jim's brother. Anyway, he was this guy that like we knew around the scene, and he was kind of wanting to be in a band. So
He wasn't just a guy though. He was my brother.
We know that about the brother. You
Well, I mean,
mentioned
he-
the brother
He
before.
taught me how to play and everything, so he's a big influence on me.
Great guy, definitely.
what we
great
basically
guy.
need to
No
do-
doubt about it.
He made it possible for me to be involved in,
what we
It was
basically
a really tough loss.
what we need to do is answer the question though. I mean, he was a guy we knew who wanted to be in the
Okay,
band,
Damien. Hi,
and we
Damien,
asked him to be in the
right.
band, and he was a really good part of the band for the time that he was in.
Well, what could
He was a
repeat the
key
question
member
again?
of this band.
What was
I
the
mean,
question?
he brought
Tell me about Damien.
he
Yeah.
brought credibility to the band, really.
Plus,
before that, we
got
were
the
kind of
chicks.
lost.
He brought the chicks.
Oh yeah, he was a
He was a
good-looking
ladies'
guy.
man.
He's a good-looking guy, and he.
Well, I like to think that I mean I also with my songs I mean.
But he was really good-looking too.
Yeah, he was a good-looking guy, but I mean that wasn't the
You
only
gotta
appeal.
you
sexual
gotta
appeal
give
on
it
him.
up.
I got the-
for the looks.
I got
of this
more-
guy though. I mean,
I got more of the
Crazy
musical
good.
ability than I did the looks from Damien.
but he was
I didn't
really
bring
good at
the-
guitar too.
I didn't bring the chicks in like he did, but I brought the.
I kind of
licks,
looked up
the
to
licks. I
Damien.
brought the licks in.
He was a good guitar player.
Yeah,
chicks.
yeah, the licks instead of the chicks.
How did he die?
Well, let Mr. Brother Man answer that question. You know.
Hey, come on. I mean, be a little sensitive for the guy. He was his brother.
Well, I don't know if he's.
Well, he
kinda-
did have some problems with some shady characters.
He was.
Some of the chicks apparently weren't
He was killed in a pool hall.
professionals.
He was trying to score some. I don't know what kind of drugs he was.
It was,
on at that time.
yeah, and he was on
And
so
police
many.
never really said as far as like what kind of drugs, but it was definitely.
That was the cool
drug-related,
part
but
about him. Not only
He didn't
good-looking-
actually get killed in the pool hall. He actually got hit by a car outside of the pool hall, but it was
I thought-
drug related.
Yeah.
You know, the weird thing about it is, if he was here right now, this would be going a lot smoother.